Hello everyone, and today I'm going to be doing the lengthy tour of my entire CFL collection so far, which is quite a few. We have some IKEA Globe CFLs. All of these are SU tubes. Not sure what that one is, most likely another SU tube. A bare IKEA SU tube. 3 dual TL style CFLs. 1 GE Par 30 floodlight, a Bright Effects R20 floodlight, 27 watt Envision CFL, 2 23 watt T2 compact Salvania 23 watts CFLs, 2 older colored Fiat Electric CFLs, 2 newer Fiat Electric CFLs, 1 GE 10 watt CFL, 3 GE 13 watt CFLs, 1 T2 GE 13 watt CFL, 2 EcoSmart CFLs 13 watts, and finally a 10 watt EcoSmart CFL. So first we will start off with our GE CFLs. Now this one is the newer model, and these ones are the older models. Now, there's an obvious difference. This one is a lot smaller. As you can see, GE decided, instead of making it taller, to make it wider than the other ones. And as you can see, the ballast is smaller. They've definitely been able to miniaturize the components. Another difference is that the ballast on this one is vented on both sides. However, the ballast on these are only vented on the bottom. And now you see that little ridge right there by the screw base? That's actually vents. And what's interesting is that the 10 watt does not have that, but the 13 watts do. So we will light up one of these. I'll light up this one. I'll put it in this lamp right here, because this one will be representative of all of these. This one is exactly the same as these three, except it's just a smaller tube. So we'll do that right now. So here we are with our G compact fluorescent in our lamp, and you'll notice it does just stick up a hair. If you're looking at it like this, it's fine, but just stick up slightly from where I am, which is about there. And also there was actually another one of these. This one I got from a friend. This one right here, which is all taken apart, was actually ours. And you look at the filament right there. Look at how black that is. And the reason why it's all taken apart is because it did work when I found it, but unfortunately I was not able to get a video of it before it went out. The reason why it actually went out is because it was outside. It was on an outdoor light, totally unprotected from the elements. And the actual wires that went to the filament on either end, the filaments are still good. The actual wires pretty much disintegrated, as you can see. I don't know if you can even see the wires in there, but the wires just disintegrated off the end of the tube. So the ballast is still good. I might do some sort of thing where I hook up a 13 watt linear fluorescent to it and electronically ballast that, but for now it's just going to sit there. So here we are with these. We're going to start this one up. And what's interesting about these are the older bulbs. These are not instant on. So check this out. Let's see if we can get down there by the filament. Wow, look at that. And it looks really yellow, but until you come back here, it's a very nice white color. And now it's obviously not that bright because it has not warmed up at all. But here we go. If we focus in on it, it turns yellow until we can get the optimal result. That's about the quality of light that it produces. Maybe it's a little bit darker. Let me put on my sunglasses so I don't hurt my eyes looking at this thing. Okay, now the phone has gone all weird to my guys. So yes, there you go. Looks pretty white. It's 2700 Kelvin. Very nice light. These, in my opinion, these CFLs have the greatest light out of all the ones I own. I haven't yet been able to find one that's better than these, in my opinion. Also, if you're wondering why I have a hammer there, that's because I am. That's a safety measure so these don't roll off. Because I'm definitely not going to break these, because that would be most certainly unwise. But yeah, there you go. There's this one, and actually, I will power this one up. This one I got from Florida, so it's come a long way to where I live. Let's power this one up. This one is an instant on, so there you go. Same color temperature. Nice G 2700K. See if we can kind of see the stuff going back and forth there. I can kind of see that in real life with my sunglasses. So yeah, there you go. Same thing, same light, just looks different, and it's instant on, which I don't like. You actually know that the instant on CFLs, because they don't preheat, because they don't heat the filaments up like these, they have to use a super high voltage in order to get the lamp started really fast, and that does damage the filaments every time you turn it on. We'll move on to our EcoSmart CFLs, and these here actually do have the box for it. I got these from the school a long time ago. This is actually not the original box for it, I assume, because the box said dimmable on it, and there was a little tab right there, and I ripped it off because these are not dimmable. They will flicker, and you will destroy them if you dim them. So there you go. There's just a box that doesn't even go to it. As you can see, there's also ones that look like those, so yeah. And I don't like EcoSmart CFLs. And I don't like these in particular, because first off, they're 3000K, but it's not really looking that good. As you can see, these look very similar to the Fiats, except the ballast is actually a little bit bigger. And they're cheaper. They're all disgusting. Yeah, all these are made in China, unfortunately. And I'm sure this would not probably last, because again, it's instant on, you know. Just a regular CFL. It's kind of pointless, because, wow, it looks so amazing. And if you're like me, yeah, you can see that the upper end of the tube is not even lit. That's just kind of sad. And you can actually see some flicker bands on this one. So, here we are with this, another EcoSmart. This is a 10 watt CFL this time. It's, let's see what it is on here. If we could just read it. Which it appears to not want to do. There we go. As you can see, it is 5000K, 450 lumens. Here we are, and it's also instant on, just like the other one. But you notice it kind of flickers. This one is entirely illuminated. More lines, as you can see. This one's not all that bright, so I don't have to wear my sunglasses. There we go. This one is not that good looking. It's kind of like that one, except it actually appears brighter. And it looks better, kind of. It looks more like a white, not like a sickly purple. But yeah. I can accept daylight like that. That looks fine. Next is the newer Fiat CFLs, again, from Florida. These two, that one, and that one are from Florida. As you can see, one has been used more than the other. These two were illuminating lights outside of a garage and were facing upside down, which is why the bases are yellow. And along with that one was also upside down in the bathroom light. So we'll take the lesser one and turn on. These are 2700K. As you may be able to see on there. Oh no, there it is. Soft white. There you go. Contains mercury. Dispose of lamp properly, which no one ever does. Now it produces light similar to it, but it's a little bit more pink. A little bit more, yeah. Which I guess makes it more of an incandescent. These kind of look closer to an LED. This looks closer to an incandescent, because it's a little more pinkish. But it probably looks the same on the camera, because everything on the camera looks exactly the same, unless there's a blatant color difference in temperature. Yeah, this camera does not provide justice to the difference. Also, you can see vented on the top, and this one instant on. Great. We're gonna have to move stuff along to our older Fiat CFLs. Now, these are what the older ones used to look like. They used to have a larger ballast, and they had a similar venting system on the bottom, just like the G's, and the vents on the top, like that one. But as you can see, there's an obvious difference between those two. This one came from the house where I did the video, like, what was it called? Yeah, like CFL, LED, shop light nonsense, whatever. That one I actually got, so now it's mine. And I actually don't need to demonstrate that, because you guys, if you watch my other videos, which you probably don't, because no one watches them, you'll be able to see that one. But I'll move on to that one. This one was mine personally. I'm pretty sure, if memory serves me correctly, we used to have a red one as well. But there's an obvious difference here on the base. You have a porcelain insulator and then a plastic one. So this one, the tube is kind of loosey-goosey. Yes, you can see that. But, hey, it still works fine. So yeah, there you go. And it's a lot more blue in real life, because everything just looks white to this camera. Why? There we go. Now it's blue. Oh my god, look at that. What a surprise. Very blue. Next, Sylvania T2. They're called Micro Mini Instant On. I have the box to this one. Someone destroyed that one. Oh, I've only got two left, but that's two that you'll get to see. And interestingly enough, the I guess that's for the amalgam pellet or something, I don't know, which is similar on that one. It's in a different spot. On this lamp, it's on the front. That lamp, it's down there. So yeah, these are 23 watts. This one is similar to a 23 watt. This one right here. So I guess a 23 watt would be like about right there. I guess so. They made these at least as small as the 13 watt CFL. So I guess that's a plus. So we'll take one of these. As you can see on this one, the tube is very long, which means it takes forever to warm up. Because the higher the wattage on CFLs, the longer it takes for them to warm up, and the lower they start down. So, and just on, let's see this one go. 2700K. Now the whole thing is lit up, but look. Oh yeah, you can kind of see that. Now I can look at it fine now. This stuff gets really hot. It's not vented. Huge amount of heat comes off of these. So yes, it appears that we are all warmed up now. Quite a bit of light, and we are topped out around 23 watts. I think it might be going down, but ooh, ton of heat. Ton of heat. Smells like burning China to me. This light would be horrible if in this type of situation where you're typically above it, because it is almost blinding to look at. You cannot look at this thing. Ooh, oh my god. Quite hot. Now it is time for the big boy. This Envision. Envision. I don't know how you say it. Envision. I think this might be made by TCP or just rebranded. 27 watts. Huge amount of light. Let's see how many lumens. Oh, it doesn't tell you, unfortunate. Maybe it does. 5,500K. So we're getting a little bit closer to daylight. Doesn't tell me how many lumens. But you know, we'll find out. This one's super big. Sticks out the top quite nicely. And it's instant on, so unfortunate. And here we are. It's almost at the brightness of the other one. We're almost there to kind of pleasing blue light in a sucky lamp, because, you know, Lights of America, most of their stuff is awful. And also, one of the things I wanted to point out, these lamps, a lot of people call them spiral, curly, Q. The right word is actually helical. Helical. In fact, G actually said that for a while on theirs, until they switched it to spiral, which doesn't make any sense why they used the incorrect term when they had it right before. Wow, this thing is getting brighter. This thing is probably a ton of heat. This was bought to be in a laundry room where the light is upside down, meaning it would get incredibly hot and most likely destroy the ballast. Here we are. We are up to 25 watts. Very nice heat. I wonder what a 27 watt would replace. That's probably like in 150, 125 watt incandescent. You know, I'll just come back when it's all ready. So I've discovered something very surprising. If my kilowatt meter serves me right, this is as high as it will go. So this is actually a 23 watt lamp. It's not a 27 watt. It's a 23 watt lamp. Which means it's the same as that one. However, it's so much brighter. Because, I mean, there's light, like, all the way over here. There's my shadow from that light. And I know it's definitely not that, because that's a spotlight. Very much heat. Smells like burning China. Oh yeah. So for these next two lights, we've come over here into the train area of the basement. You can see trains. And then the destroyed train layout that I have to fix because of the cat. I'll show you guys my cat some other time. But here we have two floodlight bulbs. Oh, missed it, that one. This one is a GE 700 lumen 65 watt flood bulb, which is still, actually no, I'll take it out first so you guys can see it before I plug it in. Actually no, we'll just turn it on real quick so you can see. Oh wow, it's a floodlight. Yay, it's so amazing. Okay, we're done. Okay, so here we are with our light bulb, and it's slightly larger, as you can clearly see. And I'm not going to be doing a lighting comparison because this is an R30 flood bulb, I think. R30, maybe R40. Don't know. But yeah, it's a 75 watt and this is a 26 watt, so I'm not gonna... Oh yeah, there you go again. This is actually a good G1. It's not instant on, and as you can see, barely lit up. Barely lit up this area. And it's looking rather quite pathetic right now. Until you wait for it to fully warm up. So yes, here we are all warmed up, quite bright as you can see. We have what appears to be sufficient illumination on the trim table. Except it's just kind of like shadowed over there. We have good illumination over here on the train table, which above it is a Sylvania halogen light. And now I'll leave that one on. And here this one is. Ooh. We'll unscrew this one. Actually, no, we'll take a quick shot of the train table illuminated by it. As you can see, kind of ends over there. Well, it's actually a G. Oh, there we go. G halogen. It is 45 watts. There you go. I'm so used to seeing Sylvania halogen. I just thought it was naturally Sylvania. So now we will put this one over there and cut the video. Okay, here we are, it's all screwed in. Ugh. Switch is kind of sounding nasty in there. It's not as like a pure light, but still works. There you go. Voice crack. Now we will move to our next location in order to film this one, which is the Bright Effects 11 watt CFL. Oh my god. There we go. And this one is quite, and this one is close. This is probably the closest to daylight, in my opinion. So yeah, we'll go to a separate location to film that one. Here we are, the proper location for this bulb in one of these fixtures, in a bathroom, with another light in there. Unfortunately, I do not know what bulb is in there, and I do not plan on finding out. So here we are, instant on Bright Effects. Now, the problem with Bright Effects, my problem with Bright Effects, is that they take forever to warm up. This is only an 11 watt CFL, and they take forever to warm up. As you can see, there's almost no difference in light. It also appears to glow green after you turn it off, which is very interesting. So now I will come back when this bulb is fully when it is to its maximum brightness. So here we are at full brightness. It's not that bright because, well, it's only an 11 watt, so I guess it's equivalent to like a 40 watt flood bulb. You know, like, so see if we can get a close-up of our helical tube in there. There we go. Little, and there you saw the green. Quite strange. Now that we're finally back here, we'll move on to our IKEA CFLs. Now, if one would want to know the whole story of why I'm so interested in CFLs, it all started in a video that I saw on Technology Connections channel, in which I saw a light bulb similar to this one right here. And for some reason, it was the shape of the tube that got me so interested in them. And now I'm interested in CFLs. So we'll start off with this one right here, this IKEA globe one. And now this one has some special sentiment to me because I remember when I was really young, this used to be in our laundry room. And I remember this bulb is not an instant on, and it also makes an audible humming noise, even though it's not magnetically ballasted. And I remember I turned this bulb on, and I saw how dim it was, and I watched it warm up, and I thought, wow, this bulb is awful. And I swapped it out and put in an incandescent. And I look back on that now, and it's kind of funny because now I don't mind it at all. In fact, I quite like this bulb. Aside from you not being able to see the tube, it's one of my favorites. So let's turn this one on. Did I turn it on? Oh, there we go. Now, I wonder if you guys can hear it. So, in order to minimize noise, we're going to turn all these lights off. All of them are going off. And we're going to shut the door. And I made a mistake. I realize now that you have to have that on. Oops. Well, we can always find a way to get around that. Can you hear it? It's wonderful. I love that. Ooh. Oh, our voltage has gone up. Now we'll plug all the other lights back in. Next, we have one of the smaller IKEA globe lights. That's a burnt out one over there. That one actually was in that circle line lamp I made another video of. When it burnt out, it made a pop. And for like 6 years, we all thought that the lamp socket had burnt out. There was something wrong with the socket, but just recently I put that incandescent in there, and it turns out it was just the bulb that made the pop. So, yeah. Here it is. Not preheat. I mean, not instant on. Let's go. Wonderful. Beautiful start. I think this is a 9 watt? Nope, it's an 11 watt on this one. Very nice. This one came out of the light over there. And great. The video shall continue. But yeah, there you go. There's this one. Doesn't get that hot at all. And we also have some mini ones. Mini SU globes. As you can see right here, we have 2. And there used to be 3, just like those. Except one burnt out, and I stripped it, and now I have another 5 watt, and what is it? I have a 7 watt electronic ballast, so we'll do this one. This one used to be above the light in by the train table, which is over there. That black one. And also, I remember as a kid, I used to hate this one as well, because it was really dim when you first turned it on. And it didn't come on instantly, but now I rather quite like it. And now we'll move on to the bulb, which started this whole collection of lights. This IKEA SU320. Now, this is very similar to the one that was in Technology Connections stroboscope disc video about LEDs flickering, except he had an IKEA SU210, which has the candelabra base. However, I've got this one, and I'm very happy with it. Let's turn this on. Beautiful start again. Love the starts on these IKEA lamps. Now this sticks so far out. This is a 20 watt. But look at that. It's perfect for up there, but it's not perfect. It looks really cool up there and up there, except it puts its light everywhere, and really you need a spotlight, so there we go. Love the IKEA program starts. I also love how this bulb it has a square ballast, which is very interesting and different. Now we'll move on to the 3 dual PL IKEA bulbs. Now I had a first, third, and a second, which I like the most. We'll do this one, because this one seems to be the most worn out, as you can see by the filaments on either end of the tube. Now actually, I guess this is not really a dual PL, because on the shape of the tube, how it works is it goes up, over, through that little weld there, up around again, and down there. That's why the 2 filaments are on this side. So we'll screw this one in and turn it on. Never mind, I was screwing it out, not in. Again, love the square ballast, and I think this one it's somewhat of an instant on. And also there's a little purple glow down by the filaments. I don't know if you all can see that. Let's try that again. Yeah, it's not really an instant on, but it's not really a program start. We're kind of halfway there, so I'll call that an improved program start. And if we're done with that, I think that finally concludes my extensively long collection of compact fluorescent light bulbs. I hope you all really enjoyed.